Good morning, YouTubers. Today I think I want to touch on something that's really important. It'll help a lot of young people out, probably older people too, if they have ears to hear. So there's this principle, and I didn't come up with it. I'm not that brilliant. It's called the 80-20 principle. The basic premise is out of 100% of the workforce, 20% of them, 20% of the people do 80% of the work, and 80% of the people only do 20% of the work. So at work, if you're the one busting your butt, you're probably the 20%. Or if you're the one that's chilling out, taking breaks all the time, you're the 80%. That does 20% of the work. While you're sloughing off, somebody else is doing all the work. So what that basically means is, everywhere you go, and it works in pretty much anything. If you look everywhere, it's just everywhere. It's basically, if you go to a sales force, like I have a sales team, there's out of 10 guys, 2 of them are killing it, and 8 of them, they're doing okay. The whole secret to being successful doesn't take a whole heck of a lot. It's kind of crazy. Everybody thinks you have to just sweat your butt off and work. And I mean, that's not a bad thing, working, and you should work hard and do the best you can, but definitely work smarter. I guess I'm going off on a tangent. Of course, that's what I do. Anyway, the secret is, if you want to be successful, you just have to do more than the 80%. And it's not like you gotta do like 10 times more. Just got to do a little bit more. Stand out just a little bit, and you'll be more appreciated by your employer, or you'll get that much farther. Like if you own your own business, same principle. 20% of the companies are doing 80% of the business. Look out there, in the world. Amazon and Walmart are doing 80% of the business, and they're probably less than 20% of the retailers. The retail has gone to online and stuff. I mean, it's kind of hard to put your thumb on it. More business is probably online thanks to all the stuff going on in the world lately, where everybody has to stay, or had to, or felt like they needed to stay home. So it's the same principle. You don't have to do a ton more. You just got to do a little bit more. It's like boiling water, Water boils at, 212 degrees? 211, water ain't doing nothing. It's just really hot. 1 degree more, water's boiling, turning into steam. It's changing its makeup. It's no longer a liquid. It's becoming a gas. So if you want to turn on the gas, you don't have to do a lot more. You just got to do 1% more than anybody else, and it's going to change your life. You're going to stand out at work. You're going to make more money. You're going to be more successful. You'll have more stuff. It's just going to be better for you. And it relates to everything. I mean, young men. You always hear young men, because I've got a young man at home. I've coached him a little bit on this. If you want to stand out and have, you know, the girl that you think is the prettiest or the best catch, you know, for one, she's just as insecure as you are. For two, you don't have to do a whole heck of a lot. You just got to do a little bit more than the other guys. You got to stand out a little bit. Actually go up and start a conversation. She's going to be nervous too. You're both nervous. Your kids, you know, or adults, whatever. Even adults. I mean, adults are still insecure. You know, if you find yourself alone, it's not. You're just as alone as that single woman. If you don't think that she's insecure, you're sadly mistaken. You know, the older you get, it may be worse because time's clicking on that biological clock. So, you know, step up just a little bit. Have a conversation. Take that first step. You don't have to get all creepy and, you know, flutter with flowers or all kinds of crap right away. That's overdoing it. Scare them off. You gotta be a little smoother than that, but yet take the initiative. Actually talk to them. Get to know them. Next thing you know, you're in a relationship and they're comfortable talking to you. And you're comfortable talking to them once you get over that initial fear phase. And I guess this goes on to the next thing. Fear keeps you from doing everything. You know, why do so many people, you know, think that they can't talk to someone, or, you know, I don't know, like I used to have a fear of the phone, believe it or not. I did not want to talk to someone on the phone. Even if it was like ordering pizza. When I was a kid, I hated picking up the phone to order a pizza. I was just nervous. I didn't want to talk to anybody on the phone. In person, I was okay. But on the phone, holy cow, man. I was a nervous wreck. I'd have to rehearse how I was going to order a pizza, what I wanted on it. It's crazy. You know, it's all fear. And then, you know, once you get over it, you discover it's no big deal. Because the person on the other end of the phone doesn't care. They just want to get done. You know? And that's the thing with everything. You know, if you... I wonder if that's why people that list, you know, things for sale on Facebook Marketplace or on Craigslist or wherever they're doing it now, you know, they list it. That's the easy part. You don't have to communicate with anybody. But then people start sending you messages, or heaven forbid, they actually call you when you put your number on there and you send text, but they call you instead. Oh my God. And I found this with so many things. You know, I'd be interested in something online, and I'm like, oh man, that's a great deal, I want it. And I contact them, or try to contact them, and I get no response. It's like, well, what the hell? I thought they wanted to sell it. You know, you go back week after week because you're looking for the same thing, or day after day, and that thing's still listed. Send them messages again and again. Sometimes you'll get a very brief response. You're like, okay, cool. And you'll ask them a question. No response. And I truly believe it's that they have a fear of communication with people, especially people that they don't know, you know. And it's totally unfounded. You know, the person that you're talking to, you know, they don't mean you any harm. They just want your couch or whatever, you know. You know, you're trying to sell it, you know, hey, answer the text, answer the phone call. It's not a big deal. If you answer the phone call and it's somebody trying to sell you a warranty for your car, hang up. How hard is that? Just hit the button. It's just so funny how that happens. And I talk about it because, I've done it. There's been plenty of times, especially when I was struggling, I was like, oh my God, it's a bill collector. They're calling me. Well, even if it's a bill collector, you don't know if it's a bill collector or not. Answer the phone. If it's a bill collector, hang up. With these new phones, you can even block them. It's awesome. What a feature. So, I think that's the major advice for today is don't let fear ruin your chances of success or your motivation. It doesn't take a whole lot of motivation to succeed. It just takes a little bit. You just got to try. And I think that's the bottom line. A lot of people, I guess, and that spirals into another thing. It's about your attitude. If you've got a negative attitude, everything's going to be bad. Well, then it will be bad because you're afraid. Stop being afraid. Try to have a positive attitude. I don't know who said it, but it's not. How does that saying go? It's not how. It's not the situation. It's how you react to the situation. So something bad can happen, but how you come out of it is determined by how you react to the situation. If you just get down and like, crap, man, this is the end of the world. I lost my job. That's it. I'm going to grab a bottle. I'm drinking my life away. Forget it. I give up. No. You lost your job. Okay? You lost your job. Did you screw up? Maybe you screwed up. Okay? How are you going to make it better? How are you going to learn from that? What are you going to do now? Every time I've changed employment, and sometimes even I've been fired. And I was happy to get fired the last time. I took a few days off, got my stuff together, figured, hey man, I got nowhere to go but up from here, I gotta change my stars. And you can. It's easy. It's just your attitude, man. It's your attitude. Do 1% more than everybody else, and you're going to be way more successful. Anyway, do me a favor, guys. If you like what I'm talking about, give me a thumbs up. If you're finding any inspiration, subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. And if you got any other ideas or comments or stuff that's happened in your life that relates to this, put it in the comment. I read all the comments. I appreciate them. And I appreciate all of you hanging out with me. I know I'm a little channel, just trying to get started. But hey, I appreciate you. Everyday BS. See YouTubers later.